You remember riding on any train?
No, not offhand. Say, you got your wallet on you?
Wallet, yeah. Hey, it's gone.
Oh, I must have given it away for a tip.
That was mine you gave away.
Oh, yeah. Well, how are we going to get out of here? Come in.
Hi, Corbett. Well, everything's all set. Miller's raring to go. Here's your $10.
My what? My $10?
Sure. Last night you told me you'd fight Miller for $10.
Miller? Who's Miller?
Big local pug. He's terrific.
What? You mean that I promised to fight this guy for $10? I mean, when?
Tonight. I wouldn't have took you up, but a punk named Murphy run out on me in the last minute. You gonna be there?
Well, sure. I mean, where? Private club or what?
What do you mean, private club? I'm Billy Delaney, the Elite Sporting Hall over on Tucker Street. You better be there early. I'll see you tonight.
Oh. Well, Walter, here's our fare home.
Oh, Jim, you're in no condition to fight.
Oh, I gotta fight. I took the guy's money. Gotta fight. Besides, I can lick that yokel blindfolded.
But, Jim, you're not even a professional.
Oh, Say, professional? What's wrong with that? Some of those guys seem to do all right.
Yes, that's how Jim Corbett turned professional. Though the world didn't seem to notice at first. The world was too busy applauding the champ. The big fella who'd slam the bar and roar.
I can lick any man in the world.
And he could. That was John L. Sullivan himself. But little by little, Jim started to build. He had brains and speed and a Sunday punch. Joe Konchki in 27 rounds. Jim knocked him out with a broken hand. Kilrain in 6. Al Daly in 3. Charlie Mitchell in 8. Jim was fighting his way straight through to the top. And then at last he was at the top. No one else left to fight except the champ. But the champ had his own ideas about that. And when it seemed his idea was to do nothing at all, Jim sort of took matters in his own hands. It was in New York, in the dressing room of the theater, where John L. was doing a play.
Say, John, who do you think is sitting out there in a box with his manager?
Oh, one of my challengers, I guess. Haven't I waded through enough of them tramps?
This is no tramp, John. This is James J. Corbett himself.
Himself? Himself? Where do you get that himself stuff? There's only one man in the world you can call himself. And that's the champion. Himself.
Yeah, that's right, John. I was only...
Mr. Sullivan.
I was only trying to tell you...
Stage manager.
Come in.
Mr. Sullivan, this gentleman would like very much to meet you.
Well, allow me to present myself, Mr. Sullivan. I'm James J. Corbett.
Himself. Well, I'm glad to meet Mr. James J. Corbett himself. Have a drink.
Thank you, sir. No. I'm on the wagon.
You don't tell me. On the wagon, is it? On the wagon itself? Well.
Well, I've been a long time waiting to meet you, Mr. Sullivan.
That's a smart idea, young fella. Meeting me here instead of in the ring.
Yes, Peter Jackson used to think that way, too, till I changed his mind.
And how long was it you stayed with Jackson? 16 rounds?
Oh, come now, Mr. Sullivan. Why don't you just turn those figures around? You know it was 61.
Do you know how long Jackson would stay with me? 61 seconds.
Oh, that must be why you've ducked him, huh? It's too easy.
Duck, did you say? Duck? Say, I'll meet any man who'll stand on his own 2 feet. And if you had 30 more pounds on you, you'd be the first one.
Well, I'll return the compliment, Mr. Sullivan. If you'd fight me, I'd just wish you had 5 years off you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's not much fun winning the championship from a man who's tripping over his beard.
Beard? Who's got a beard? Why, you fish brat, who do you think you're talking to?
John L. Sullivan.
I
Himself.
can lick any man in the world.
Except one, Mr. Sullivan. All except Corbett himself.
Why, you little
No, listen, John.
Get that guy out to here before I murder him. Get him out. Bring the newspaper boys in. He wants a fight, does he? I'll give him a fight. I'll give him a fight any time and any place that he wants to fight.
It worked, Jim. It worked. He's put a statement in the paper. Listen. I hereby accept the challenge of James J. Corbett to fight me the first week of September this year in New Orleans for a purse of $25,000 with an outside bet of $10,000. Winner take all. I insist on the bet of $10,000 to show that Corbett means business. Signed, John L. Sullivan, champion of the world.
Well, There it is, Delaney. You've managed me right up to meeting the champ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now all we need is the $10,000.
Yes, and that money proved mighty hard to raise. Jim was pretty worried as the days went on. Not that he showed it much. Outwardly, he's just as cocky as ever. And especially that day when he happened to run right smack into Miss Victoria Ware.
Vicky. Why, I'm glad to see you. I'm surprised I'm so glad. No kidding. How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Corbett. And you?
Oh, I'm fine. Look, why don't we go down to the town together? There's a new show opening at the Empire
I'm
tonight.
going with the Belmonts. Sorry.
Oh, well, how about dinner?
We're all dining at Delmonico's first.
Oh, well, lunch tomorrow.
Sorry.
Well, dinner tomorrow night.
Sorry.
Gonna be sorry Wednesday?
My dear Mr. Corbett, I'm engaged for a month, every single moment.
Yeah? How long have you been in New York?
A couple of weeks.
Well, you better not stay much longer. It doesn't seem to agree with you.
I beg your pardon.
You know what's the matter with you? You've got the social butterfly itch.
My dear Mr. Corbett, I'm engaged for a
What
month.
amuses me is that you think I'd go anywhere with you, even
That's
if
so?
I was
Well, listen,
marooned.
kiddo. When I'm the next heavyweight champion of the world, you'll be bragging to your friends that once I actually danced with you in person.
Mr. Corbett.
Miss Ware.
What'll happen, Dad? I mean, if Corbett can't raise the 10,000 side bet.
Well, Vicky, I guess the fight'll be called off.
That's too bad. It's a pity Mr. Corbett has to miss such a good shellacking. I'd give anything in the world to see him just once, flat on his back with all that ego knocked right out of him.
And then?
Then maybe I... What do you mean, and then?
Nothing. I didn't mean a thing.
Now, wait a minute. Let me get this straight, Miss Ware. You mean you want to put up this $10,000?
Provided Mr. Corbett never knows where it came from.
Sure. You ain't kidding.
No. I happen to have a personal reason for wanting to see this fight.
Oh, you're after some of that 8-1 Sullivan dough, huh? Let me tell you, you'll clean up. You'll make a killing.
Oh, I don't want it to go quite that far. Just far enough to enjoy.
The Sullivan-Corbett fight, the biggest crowd in the history of the ring. 30,000 wild-eyed fans out to see their idol, John L. Sullivan, slap down another upstart challenger. Sullivan is in the ring already, fuming and growling because Corbett is late. There he comes now, dancing down the aisle as cocky as ever, into the ring, straight to John L.'s corner, a slap on the champion's back, and then...
Well, hello, Longbeard. I see you showed up, huh?
Why, you little...
No one who saw that fight will ever forget it. In the early rounds, Jim Corbett using his speed and footwork, staying out of reach, giving Sullivan no chance to land his famous right. And the crowd not liking it very much. Cheering and booing and singing, too.
Listen to him, Delaney. Just tell him to wait until this waltz is over.
Don't let him get your goat, Jim. We know what we're doing. Stay away from that right.
10 rounds. 12 rounds. 15. 20.
He's tired, Delaney. I'm going to try to finish him.
Don't take no chances, Jim. We're way ahead on points.
Yes, I know, but that's not the way I want it. I'm going after him.
The 21st round, and suddenly Jim sees his chance. A hard left hook and then a flock of jarring rights and lefts, and then another right with everything he's got. Not a sound in the place. The crowd holds its breath. John L. is hurt. He's tottering. He's down.